Alright, what's going on, friends? Been a while. Been a long while since we jumped into Astroneer. So it's about time we get back to that. I still need to finish Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I do plan on doing that. I also have been thinking about starting a channel that just focuses on the live streams and removing the live streams from this channel and only doing the live streams on another channel, separate channel than this. So try to keep them separate and then maybe take some of that content over and you know, do cut-ups of it and put it on this channel. So I don't know, you know, you guys are watching this late, or guys that are here right now, let me know what you think about that. I thought it might be good to keep them separate. So it's been many years since we've done any kind of change to the channel. So today we're going to do the EXO Cares limited time event. I don't know honestly when it expires, but it's got to be soon. So I felt like doing it before it went expired. And I don't know if you could still get the anniversary hat, but if you can, get it. So if you scroll down here, you'll see the 6th anniversary hat. I already own it. I think Lord Leo was also one of the things that was given away for free. These were free. So if you can get your hands on them still, definitely go there and get your hands on them. The date is March 31st, 2025. So, you know, if they're not there, and then whenever you're watching this, then you are too late. All right, let's get back into it. So EXO Cares, I really, you know what? I don't remember what EXO Cares was. But let's go ahead and get started with this. Indicates less than a day. Well, there you go. So definitely was time to do it. Nice. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so what was it? It was the plants, right? It was the debris, and we got that by what? Couldn't we produce that in this? If I remember correctly, it is just organic. And I'm trying to see if we can generate these. I'm initially set up for all this anyway, so I'm trying to think of where that little package thing was. Yeah, okay, so scrap and organic, right? That's the thing we're trying to make. Well, I happen to have a absolute crap ton of scrap. And if not, I can make more scrap. It's not that big of a deal, but I have a whole canister of it back when there was the the scrap problem issue thing, whatever it was, you know, where you could, you know, make a bunch of scrap and stuff. And let's get rid of the cosmic bauble. Just put that off to the side. And these guys over here, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally set up for this. I completely remember doing this. Okay, so these guys are going to pull. They're going to put on there, and it's going to get sent off. And we're going to replace this with this. And let's put my cosmic bauble here. Let's go, and just in case I don't want to use my mountain of scrap. Good timing, no doubt, and I didn't even realize it was like that good of timing. But I have a couple canisters of scrap. I have not scrap, but astronium. I have another canister sitting ready to go, and I have one canister that's empty. And I'm sure if I look around here, I've got other empty canisters I can bring down if I need to bring down some canisters. If not, like I said, I have how many scrap here? Almost 2,000 scrap that I could use. And let's see, what is this holding? That's holding graphite. I don't remember why we were using graphite. We were making diamonds for some reason or another. Let's get rid of this. put this scrap here. We'll make this one also be... Oops, I didn't want to unlock that. We'll have this one also be this thing. We'll put this on output. We'll get a canister of organic. We'll put this on output, output. There we go. Okay, these boys are ready to go. Turn this puppy back on. Turn these boys back on. Let's start loading this stuff up. DBA, what's up, buddy? I'm still trying to find a new game for us to play. Oh, Jammin', Ron, Shadow, DBA. What's up, you peoples? What's up, you beautiful peoples? Let's go ahead and send this off. I mean, why not, right? Look at that. There we go. Old Wolf, what's up, man? Playing Astroneer. I know, getting back to Astroneer. All right, we got sucked into Icarus for a long time. We will circle back around on Icarus for sure. Icarus is a lot of fun. And then I got sucked into Kingdom Come Deliverance when it came out, which I need to circle back around on that soon because I want to finish it. The story's extremely compelling. And DBA and I just finished Split Fiction. That was 5 live stream episodes. Amazing game. I had so much fun doing it. It was a blast, and I appreciate DBA being there and joining me on that adventure because it was a really good time. It was a really good time. Let's go ahead and start these guys up. Put it on repeat. It's going to build them so fast, it's going to be stupid, right? I probably don't even need 2 of these. I was going to do 2 of them, but now, I mean, look at that. DBA saying he's surprised on how good the game was. I didn't really have any kind of expectations on the game. I just saw, you know, all these different companies were saying, oh man, you know, it's amazing and a lot of this and a lot of that, and I was like, okay, well, probably good. It's probably good. Let's start this process going again. Because they did change the timers on the organics. I mean, it's still pretty fast, but they changed the timer on it, so we'll get these going. And I could have another one, another tapper. Do I have another tapper laying around? Don't seem to think so, but I have some organic laying around. It's a good time to get rid of this organic that's been sitting over here. There's a tapper somewhere. I just need to go find it. All right, we got our first batch of garbage back. What do we got? Oh, yeah, we got a tractor and a trailer, or a trailer and a trailer, and a storage, and small wind turbine, and we're starting the pile of stuff all over again. Oh, now I got the tractor. That's so generous of them to give me a tractor and 2 trailers. I mean, way to go. That's what I always wanted. How did they know? I mean, how? Uh-oh, I gotta get out of here. Hey, stop giving that stuff to me. Yeah, it's off and running. How are we doing on bytes, by the way? Okay, we're still accumulating, but somewhere I've got bytes running. This was this is a save that DBA and I started a while back, and it's still been kind of the de facto save for doing any kind of you know, work in Astroneer. I guess we really haven't kind of figured it. Oh, the gas bite farm. That's right. The gas bite farm. I guess we really haven't Lost my train of thought, which is not uncommon for someone of old age. Durr. Durr. Okay, let's get this tapper going. Might as well have a third tapper running the organic. It's probably not really needed, but you know, we'll just take this. We'll just take this moment by moment, right? And there we go. And pump out some more. Oh, forgot to put it on repeat. There we go. Lab leak has been unlocked. We're currently out of scrap, so let's go get more scrap. Uh-oh. Suck this back in here so it doesn't take up all the spaces. And we'll walk this around. You said it in the way I'll give you stuff. See, we'll turn this off. Turn that back on again. And turn this off. There we go. Now this will refill. I probably should bring a larger canister over. But you don't want to overdo it, you know? Like having 2,000 scrap laying around. You don't want to overdo it. Besides, if I overdo it, I put this thing over there, we'll be done in 2 seconds. And I don't want to be done in 2 seconds. Alright, perfect. Perfect. Perfect and perfect. Look at that. We got a canister of scrap. What everybody wants. What every child dreams of. There we go. Oh, don't want to walk in front of those. Okay, let's turn this back on. This guy's gonna start mass producing. So I don't know if you guys saw the announcement from Adam a couple days ago that System Era is changing their branding. I'll put a video out on it, and I'll put a video out on the creative update for Glitchwalkers. I know it came out a month ago, but you know, I didn't cover it, so I'll put something out there. You print into a small B. Oh, so you can use the storage center to stop printing when it's full? See, that's intelligent stuff. I refuse to do intelligent stuff on this channel. It just makes too much sense, okay? But going back to the rebranding, can I print onto the storage silo? I probably could. You're absolutely right. I probably could print on the storage silo. But then I don't have a big pile of stuff on the ground for you to get upset about. And we always have to have that. The reason for the rebranding is they said they are growing up. They no longer want to be known as the company that made Astroneer. They want to be known as the company that makes great stuff, which leads me to believe that something soon is coming out of the pipe. That's what it leads me to believe. Now, I mean, I'm hoping that's true. I just have this feeling that since they're getting ready to do something, it just seems to me that they're prepping to do something different. Yeah, Astroneer too. They want to be known for Astroneers, not just Astroneer. I get it. No, I get it. It's kind of funny. You need to, funny or not funny, you need to go back, and it was a while ago. It must have been a couple years ago that I was having this impromptu discussion while playing Astroneer that they were talking about. They had talked about oh shoot, I believe it was a vlog video, or it was a live stream video or something like that, that you know, they were either thinking about doing another game or something along those lines. And anyway, so I was having this impromptu conversation remarking on that particular statement that had been made either by Joe or somebody on the team. And Adam jumped into the live stream, and it was like right at the time I said this, and he said, I was saying that, oh, they need to figure out what they're going to do, or they need to find the idea that the video game that they're going to make. And Adam turned around and said, yeah, we already found it. And that was kind of the end of it, right? And I've mentioned it several times over and over again, and I really kind of pressed, or have been pressing, in the interview with Joe, you know, look, they're actually contractually obligated to make another video game based off of the acquisition by Devolver. I keep saying Dissolver. Devolver. And so of course they wouldn't have purchased the company if it only had Astroneer, right? They had to have something in the pipe to make it appealing, right, for another company to acquire them. It's this, you know, idea of future capital coming in, because otherwise they would dwindle off as a company, right? Even though they were making, I think their EBITDA was like 7 million or something like that. It eventually, if they stayed with Astroneer, it would eventually dwindle off. Interest would dwindle off, and I think they've kind of reached a point of no return in Astroneer. Hence, the DLC had to be a completely new, you know, planetary system, and it had to be a completely new world and all that. So I think it's time that they're finally getting close to releasing this new concept. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Could be full of it. I'm just guessing. Everybody's guessing. Astroneer 2, anime cat girls. You know, I think that really should be a thing. I think somebody should make that video game. Couldn't do it in Texas, though, because what, isn't the Furby's illegal now in Texas or something? There's a couple cat games I have, and I haven't played it. I'd buy that for $1. Can you print on platforms not silos? I can. I mean, we just had this discussion. You missed out, Third Monarch. We don't do intelligent things on this channel. Haven't you figured it out? If you've been a subscriber at all, you know that I don't do things intelligently. I just don't have a brain for it. And yeah, if you read my About section on YouTube, it says, look, I do stupid stuff. So, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. It just, that's the way my brain works. Dumb is okay. I'm okay with dumb people. I have no problem with it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing the dumb channel. I hope to see you again. You gotta own it, you know? You gotta own what you are, man. You just lean into it, you know? You're the guy who'll optimize everything. Oh, I got I got peeps like that on the channel. DBA, I play with DBA a lot. Deliberately Bad Advice. He's there in the chat. He's an optimizing crazy guy for sure. He'll optimize everything to the nth degree. Oh, he's not in that. Are you on YouTube side? If you're on the YouTube side, you'll see me in the chat. But he optimizes everything to the 18th degree. Yeah, I play Satisfactory with him and I go crazy. He's like, oh yeah, if you add and subtract this and you get to this number and we need X number of widgets to do X number of things. Ron is a better optimizer than you are. Ron is crazy. Go to my Discord, go into the Astroneer section. You want to see what Ron's doing nowadays? He's making an entire base in space. Oh, there was one really interesting thing. And again, I'm late on this by a month. I blame Icarus and I blame Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for pulling me away from Astroneer. But in the patch notes for the creative, I thought this was very telling. You guys let me know if you think this is telling or not. Let me find the article so I'm not misquoting it. On the very end of the Glitchwalkers Aeolus Unlocked update, the very last paragraph. We are incredibly thankful for all your continued support. We have some really, really awesome content in the works for later in 2025. And we appreciate everyone who's been sharing feedback with us on where you think we should go next. If you want to share thoughts and developments, jump into our player survey and leave some thoughts. We look forward to, this is the one that's telling. We look forward to building bigger bases and exploring new spaces in 2025. The bigger bases is what's got me interested. Is Joe kind of doing a little foreshadowing there about modular base building? I mean, we've been asking for it for a long time. That's all speculation, right? But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Why is this spitting out? Oh, I know why. Because when I stop it, it dumps off the garbage. Anyways, that's one of the things in the interview that I had with him, that was kind of one of the things I pressed. It was like, why don't you have this concept of modular stuff? You join your server, you vaguely remember being here before. I honestly think that YouTube does a purge every once in a while. I've had long-time members of the community say they got unsubscribed from my channel. So I don't know. I have no idea. YouTube is YouTube. And, you know, the way they take over the world is by convincing you to come back. I think. Again, all speculation. I'm glad we had this thing set up, though. I'm pretty happy that we had it set up. I think we have all of them set up. So, you know, this is the October event. The Holiday Cheer, the one with the baubles, is scrap and... what's the other thing that it takes? Scrap and something else. Some other bauble thing. We've got one that made the diamonds. I don't know if that one's ever going to come back, but we got the diamond one again. Scrap and Astronium, thank you. Scrap and Astronium, yeah. So it's all kind of configured. This was a DBA and I build. I don't remember who built what, but it kind of, kind of works. Well, this is ready to go again. Radio action should be unlocked. These don't take long to do, but they're fun to get the pallets and the hats and the visors and stuff like that. Again, if you didn't do it already, and it sounds like you only have 1 day to do it, make sure you get the 6-year anniversary of Astroneer hat. It's free, and there's only a limited time that you can get it, and then that's it. That's it. I missed 1 year because my dad had passed, and I'd reached out to Gina, and she was kind enough to make sure that I got that. But otherwise, yeah, you can only get it for a limited time. All right, well, we're going to leave this empty canister here so we can go back down and refill. I've got a couple extractors down there doing the job. Working it. They're working it. Okay, we're ready to go again. Oh, duh. That was Astronium. That wasn't scrap. What a nugget head. What an absolute nugget brain I am. I took the wrong thing. See? Told you, stupid on this channel is king, man. Okay, let's refill from our pile of scrap. I want to thank everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm. It's true. It really is true. It helps you get seen, you know. Okay, coming around for another batch of goody goods. Let's go around these arms. These arms are... I probably should set a button up. I started playing this other game. I just started posting videos on the channel. It's Macrotopia. That's kind of an interesting game. So your ants, the concept is you're mechanical ants, and you're managing your colony via, it's like, it's almost kind of, it's like factory base builder combined. That's what the game genre is. They call it a colony builder, but yeah, so it's that, right? I don't know. I find it kind of fascinating. You want to talk about micromanagement and having to try to organize pathways and ant colonies and stuff like that. It's yeah, it's pretty insane. You start off, you control these with like pheromone trails, so you're leaving like these little paths laying all over the place, and then you're quickly realizing, hey man, this pathing system is not necessarily going to work very well in the long run, so you're having to redesign, reorganize as you're unlocking the tech tree. You're getting some new item that's like, hey, yeah, you should probably, you know, design this pathway differently. So I don't know. I'm finding it fascinating. Anyways, does use canisters come in handy? For sure. I really only used one. That was the one that you got during the quest, or that you made for the quest, the mission. And then I never made another one. Because I'm not one of those guys that has all my storage, like an abundance of storage. Here, let me see. If you've never been to this channel and you've never seen the base layout, I typically only do storage like this. Where here's my resources. So I have the raw resources, and then I have the, you know, processed resources. And that's really all I keep. And I found that really this is enough. I mean, you don't need any more than that. You really don't. Unless you're like really gung-ho building a lot of things, I mean, you really don't need much more than that. I love the fact that the game allows you to do things in many different ways, and they provide enough resources to be able to achieve that, but they don't have an end game solution, such as, and I wouldn't really call it an end game solution. They just don't have a solution for all the stuff that you can wind up collecting. There's so many items to collect, and there's so much of it that it's, I don't know. They needed to do something different. I'd made this suggestion a long time ago that they needed to have some sort of like satisfactory sync where it gives you something and then you can use that thing to unlock something else. And then making some of those items so incredibly expensive that there's really a purpose for having, essentially a mining colonies or mining bases all over the place so that you can, collect these things to get those unlocked. I thought that would have been an excellent way to use, a bunch of those resources. I believe I got nixed on the idea. Well, no, I don't know that I got nixed on the idea. I more like got talked about. Oh, yeah, that's something that we're considering. Joe's de facto sidestepping, right? Joe's de facto, hey, I can't tell you about what we're thinking. So if you guys don't know, they made an announcement, but Gina is no longer with the company. I'm almost thinking, with Adam's announcement about the rebranding and them making it seem like there's something bigger, I'm wondering if she went to like a different division. Not necessarily a different company, but a different division. Maybe I should ask her. She's been very tight-lipped about what she was doing. She didn't give me the name of the company. I mean, I asked where she was going and stuff, and what was next for her, and I got a very cryptic Joe response. Joe taught her well. Oh, we got garbage to drop off. This isn't garbage. It's called the pile of DBA. We just put it here. We leave it here and we let it grow. And then when he comes on the channel and he plays with us, he gets so, well, I don't want to say infuriated, but it's just, you just can't stand looking at it. And then he cleans it up for us. And it's really nice. It's nice. It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. Imagine the sync would give you Astroneer. Ooh. Well, what is it? When we were doing... okay, let me go back another thing. So Ron said that reminds me of a game I played with the programmable robots. That was and they made another one with pirates, right? Shoot, what the heck was that called? Yeah, the name is slipping my brain right now. Dang it, now you're really going to make me think about it. Let's get this off of this. Put this on fireworks or something. No, Autonauts? Is it Autonaut? Okay, now I gotta look it up. Yes, Autonauts. The Autonaut one. Autonauts is fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was kind of a slash of like... Well, it was kind of like, it was a factory game, but you had to program these bots to do things with this, like, oh, what do they call that? Like, see, my brain is really not thinking today. But there's like when kids are learning how to program, they can go to this website, and it's kind of like drag and drop logic. It's almost hierarchical. You're building these nested trees with stuff that you can drag out. So kind of like that type of programming. Yeah, like Scratch. Or is it Scratch? Scratch, yeah. I think that sounds very familiar. From what my kids were doing when they were doing some JavaScripty stuff. GBA is the space maid. Dude, you should have an outfit. You should have an outfit, dude. Building block, no code interface. Yeah. Or blueprinting, right? Kind of the same concept. Anyways, neat game. That little ant game is kind of a neat game. You definitely spend a lot of time like organizing and getting your pheromone lines set up the way that you want to get them set up. So for those of you people that are watching and that have purchased Glitchwalkers, did you guys go back when they did the creative update and go back and replay? I'm just kind of curious. Especially you guys that are like, you know, really dedicated to Astroneer. Did you guys go back and start a whole new game, creative game, not creative game, custom game, in Glitchwalkers? No, not. I didn't mean starting over. Like, yeah, Glitchwalkers. Of course, you had to. If you're playing it, you had to start over. But they released last month the ability to start a custom game, which means you could bypass the story and just start off with essentially a planet that you can work on, and just play on a planet you can work on. Where did Adam announce that? He announced it on X, and how did I come across it? I didn't come across it on X. I came across it while looking for a screenshot for their last information update. But if you go to X and look at either System Era or Astroneer Game, you'll find an announcement that was made two days ago about the rebranding. Xbox, they have an option. You can start on Silver Virgin or Glitchwalkers. Yes. Well, that's new though, right? That was last month. That was the big update last month. And I didn't do a video on it. I will do a video on it. I'm sorry for all you guys that have watched me in the past for Astroneer content. I've kind of let you guys down over the last couple months because I did Glitchwalkers and then I kind of bailed, and I said I was going to do more stuff on it. But I got seriously sucked into Icarus with the guys, with a bunch of subscribers on the channel. And I mean, seriously sucked in. And so we played that for a long time. And then as soon as Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, I started playing that. And I lost a bunch of subscribers because of that. I think mainly because of the adult content or the fact that I was shying away from Astroneer or something. But it's okay. I understand that that's not everybody's cup of tea. But it's such a good story. It's such a good story. It's a lot of profanity. It's a lot of... Well, there's not a lot of nudity. There's more nudity in the first one. But it's not very family friendly, so... Personally, for me... Oops, no. Don't put that in there. I got enough freaking organic storage to begin with. For me, personally, I have to play what I love. Or what I'm enjoying to play, right? I can't play something that I'm really hating on the channel. But I understand some people just don't want to see that type of stuff. I picked up Schedule 1, and I'm kind of debating whether I should play that on the channel or not. I'm trying to think of, like, play that on the channel, but really just kind of preface it as like a small business, you know? Don't think of it as the items that are being sold in the small business. Just think of it as a small business venture. What have I picked up recently? I picked up... Oh, in Zoe? I am going to play that. You know, if you don't like The Sims, in Zoe probably is not going to be something that you're going to enjoy. But I used to play The Sims a long time ago. But then I left it because EA and their freaking... Man, they're money-grubbing bastards, you know? The Sims, if you were to buy everything that is for The Sims, it would cost you like $2,000. It's crazy. Then I bought Macrotopia, Schedule 1, Split Fiction, and that's kind of what I purchased for a while. Oh, Ron, thanks for that, bud. Appreciate you putting that out there. Yeah, Adam's on like a new platform or something. I didn't care for that platform when I first looked at it because, I mean, they're trying to get people to buy their subscription. You could be on there for free, but it's really they're trying to get you to buy their subscription to be part of that channel. So if you're going to try to do like an Instagram or, you know, something along those lines... and it's not really Instagram, but if it's kind of like a Twitter or something, you know, where you can put out media. I don't know. Personally, I think that stuff should be free. Oh, okay. I'm like, why is this only coming as a one-off? Train simulator with a 700 plus expensive, yeah, heck DLCs. Well, you know, I have to say, I can kind of say the same thing about American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator, though they do make it reasonably priced. But I don't mind their DLCs that much. Their DLCs are kind of like, hey, I'm giving you an entirely new map, and we spent a lot of time making that map, and so it's not like, oh, it's 3 cosmetic items or, you know, a plushie that you can stick on your table or something. It has some weight. It has some value to it. Oh, anyway, in my opinion, anyways. So going back to, you know, who decided to play a custom Glitchwalkers game? It doesn't seem like a lot of you guys. I mean, I know the people that have played, like Ron, who's pretty diehard Astroneer decided not to do it. Nerd decided not to do it. Who else answered that? But everybody pretty much said no. They didn't. I think they missed their window. They missed their opportunity. I love Systemera. I love the concept of their company. I like the people that I have talked to there. I think they're all fantastic people. But they keep missing opportunities. Probably custom game should have been there from day one, right? It should have been one of those things that's like, let's allow people to do it one of two ways. You get the content, which is the new system or the new planet, and then allow them to play the story or allow them to play it the way that they wanted to play it, which was kind of like just go out there and do it, not have to worry about this very long, drawn-out story. It was a good story, though. It was good. It was good stuff. Sammy Pro, thanks for following. Appreciate it. And Third Monarch, thanks for following over on the Twitch side, too. I appreciate it. Aloft is on sale? I gotta get back to Aloft. I had somebody give me that game, and I played it for a little bit, and then again, like I said, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Blame them. Kingdom Come Deliverance too. Blame them. It's their fault. Totally their fault. Okay, let's we need some more. More of this goodness. I think we filled this up. This is going to be the 4th time now, I believe. So if you guys are trying to get an estimate of how much scrap it takes to finish one of these things. I really can't wait for Systemera's new game. I'm very excited for their next title. And I hope it does very well for them. I hope it doesn't... It's not one of those things where it's like, you know, why didn't you put out Astroneer 2? There's a lot of companies that focus just solely on one game. And, you know, they don't deviate from it. And they do exceedingly well. Take American Truck Simulator guys, or... take the guys... What's another great example of a company just sticking with a single brand? But those guys seem to, you know, as long as they continue to make a really good game out of it, then, you know, why not, right? Why not just be that one company? Being a programmer in that perspective, being a guy that works for that company, that wants to stay in that company mentality, because they seem like they have a really amazing culture. It's not a culture of I want to use you to your maximum extent until you get tired of us and then discard you. It's more like they're really creating long-term relationships within the company with their employees and caring about life and quality of work and stuff like that, instead of putting the work as the very first thing. Though, of course, they always have to put the work as the first thing here. Otherwise, you're not going to be a business, right? But it still seems like they have a really good culture. I've been in a lot of toxic development cultures where the concept of, hey, man, you're just an employee. I have you as a salaried 40-hour employee, but I'm going to try to rape you for as much time as that you can possibly give me. Which software developers, I hate to say it, but man, they are the most screwed over. The IT is the most screwed over business in that regards, because their whole concept is, oh, you're young, you're out of college, great, I'm going to work you for 60 hours a week and only pay you for 40. It's the biggest scam ever. At any rate, my went off on a tangent, dude. Went off on a major tangent. Of course, you can get lucky like DBA and work for, what, the government Don't you work for like the government or something, DBA, city or something like that? And they don't want to pay overtime, so you're in good shape. They're like, oh yeah, you only work your 40 hours, man. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably isn't true. Probably IT's probably IT everywhere. So yeah, I hope their next product is good. I really do. They can either confirm or deny. Right. Okay. Seems like they're trying to expand the game with action around game lore and missions and existing items. Would like to see stuff expand like tools, machines, buildings, sandbox stuff. I don't disagree with that. All the bugs, you know, Bryce, I don't disagree with that. I think there was, but you know, okay, so I've been in application development for too many years to count, since the beginning of the .com boom. And there's this concept of what programmers want to do and what business wants to do. And business, unfortunately, always wins. And it's like, okay, well, we have to release the next widget. We understand that there's, you know, all these bugs out there, but people are demanding for us to do the next widget, so put the next widget out there. So bugs always kind of get the back burner. I hate to say it, but I mean, they truly do. They get pushed to the side, and then they become really hard to address later. So nobody wants to spend the money of like 6 months of not making new stuff. It always goes back to being, oh, well, it still works and it's not bad enough that it's, you know, causing people to leave. But ever since early access, I mean, they've let huge bugs stay in the game. Either they didn't know how to fix it, or they didn't want to invest the time in fixing it, right? It's all dollars, right? But that's a business in general. That is business. Okay, going back for more scrapola. Oops. Suck that in, please. And then the other problem with Astroneer is they went to all these platforms. They went to, well, initially Xbox, right? Because Microsoft was a big investor in the game. And then it was Switch, and then it was PlayStation, or PlayStation and Switch, and then, you know. So now you have like, what, 4 branches of the game that you're having to maintain? Bad for eliminating. Right, right. Ron and I were on the same page there. I don't know. I love Astroneer as a game. It's a great game. It had an enormous amount of potential. I think that they, like I said, they missed opportunities. There's some missed opportunities. I honestly felt that they were on their way to being a Minecraft with a space game. They just needed to allow us to build more. I think that was really the major downfall of Astroneer. That there's not enough, as Ron said, sandboxy stuff. Painfully slow on Switch? Yeah, I don't have a Switch, so I wouldn't know. I mean, isn't a Switch, and this dates me because I'm old. That's all there is to it. But isn't That's just kind of like a Game Boy concept. Switch is like a Game Boy concept. It's just a portable gaming station, right? Gaming platform. It's like a handheld device, but not really that powerful. Is that a true statement? Or is it, or at least a fair statement? Is that a fair statement to make? I also think that the decision to make it more kid-friendly was a mistake. I think it was a mistake. It does have some power. It plays several AAA games. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. Would you then equate it to kind of like Steam's little handheld platformer? Is it that powerful? Right, you don't have a keyboard. Right, you have the two controllers, right? And I think the fun thing about the Switch is that one person can have it, but you can hand another controller to somebody else, right? And they can play too. Isn't that the thing about Switch? Is that the controllers are detachable or something like that? Sorry, I'm painfully ignorant on portable gaming devices and console gaming devices, mainly because I could never wrap my brain around using a controller. I wind up panicking and then just wind up button mashing. And then, of course, that gets absolutely nothing done. Like DBA and I were playing the Split Fiction, which is, I mean, you don't have to play it with a controller, but they recommend you playing it with a controller. Some of those feats and jumps I pulled off was pure button mashing. It may have looked good. May have looked good. I may have made it look like I was a pro at a controller. But hell no. Hell no. And there are times where it's painfully obvious that I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the controller. That's the gimmick for Switch. For some of the games, the controller by themselves are too small for most people. I see. I remember when it came out, that was like a big thing for Switch. But I think you're right, Ron. I think if they would invest more time in making a bunch more sandboxy either machines or whatever. Well, what was it we talked about in the interview with Joe, that, you know, there was a perfect opportunity to make a new machine, some sort of like an assembler machine that allowed for different variations or combinations of something, or smelter machine that allowed for a different smelter, like a foundry or something like that, that allowed for different combinations of resources that can be created. And ultimately they decided not to do it. I think that's kind of what Joe said in the interview. The big thing for me with Astroneer is they just never really gave the purpose for all these resources. Yes, the resources deplete, but you have so many of X type of resource on a planet that it's, you don't ever have to leave one planet. You could stay here on Silver. And I think, based on another conversation I had with Joe, that they're tracking the metrics of the game, what people do in the game. And they found that 80% of the people don't ever leave Silva. Now, that could have been, I don't really understand what I'm doing. Or that could be the fact of, why am I leaving because everything is here? It could be various different reasons why. But I don't know. I don't know. It still is extremely popular video game. There's still people play. I can't tell you how many people come and watch the Astroneer videos on my channel. That is mainly, if I go back and look month-to-month basis, those videos are the most viewed videos on the channel. Anything Astroneer related is the most viewed videos on the channel. It's for the comedy. It's for the comedy in the videos. Maybe in the beginning that was true. I rarely die in Astroneer anymore. Rarely. Very rarely. Again, but that goes back to, you know, they made it so kid-friendly. If you go all the way back into the pre-alpha or the early access phase of the game, before they went to Terrain 1.0 or 2.0, when they still had Terrain 1.0, and they had the various planets with the storms, and before they started decreasing the size of planets, that was challenging. That was really challenging. I have several videos of where I'm spending hours running around a planet just looking for a specific resource. And then when they released to Terrain 2.0, they made it so that it's like everything's available almost everywhere. All the basic ingredients to get you going in the game are available on every planet, and that was not true back in the pre-alpha. Remember when the time you died in Glitchwalkers? Never happened, dude. Patridge Farm remembers. Remember when? Remember when? Was that a whole South Park bit? Remember berries? Remember berries. Remember when? I think he's gonna do it. So gotta put us over the top. To goal, I need 400. Yep, my payload's worth 400. Pew. Pew. What's that final thing? Ionize. There it is. Let's put this gear on. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see here. We got a visor, right? It should be on the bottom, right? Oh, gonna have to take the mask off. We got a pallet. This pallet look like? Oh my god! Oh my god! That's yeah, that's a pretty loud pallet there. We got a. I think we got a hat, right? Yep. You can take this mask off. Take the mask off. Probably change this suit too. Let's change this suit. Let's see. What would a good looking suit for this be? I would think like a bigger suit so you can see more of the, what would you call those? Like lava effects or something? Gotta wait for the daytime too, because it's conductor suit might be all right. What color is this palette really? It's almost like a golden, right? We need to wait for the sun to come up to get a good idea. The blue and the green and the gold thing don't really go together. What am I missing here? Did I miss something? All right, we got a suit. We got the visor on. Yep. We got the pallet on. Yep. It's like a gold. I think with the sun being down, it doesn't look that great. Mask is off. Yeah, that's it, man. That's the full control of my suit. The Forge Ahead visor makes you laugh. The Next Generation reference? Yes. Good old Geordie. I remember I Hate You, Joe. I don't remember that. I don't remember that happening, man. I think Glitchwalkers was an absolute clean run. Nothing happened that was detrimental to the player that was running it. I think it was a perfect run. It was I didn't say anything. That cave system in Glitchwalkers is messed up, man. It's messed up. To the nth degree, it's messed up. Okay, I'll clean this up so DBA doesn't freak out here. Let's see. What do we got here? Trailer, never used that. Tractor, never used that. All right. And for those, I'm assuming that everybody's watching is an Astroneer player. That could be a bad assumption, but do you guys ever feel that you use all the vehicles, or is it just like you stick to one vehicle? Is there just like, see, I have a tendency when I play Astroneer that I played it so much and I've played it for so long that I tend to always go down a certain path. It's like completely bypass all vehicles until I get to the larger medium rover. It's like, why bother, right? And in my head, it's like, why bother? I'm just curious if everybody else has kind of like a, yeah, there's really no point for that because it's just not that great. Same with the shuttles, right? Why bother? I mean, you have to make a small shuttle to begin with, but why bother with the rest of the, why bother with the medium one? I don't know. I think somebody over there at System Air was smoking some weed when they did this palette. Didn't they legalize marijuana in Washington State just recently, within the last year? I think they were on the job smoking. These colors don't go together. This gold does not go with the green. It's not in the same color range. And the blue is, maybe it's in the same color range as the green, but definitely not the gold. Weed's legal in Washington? Yeah, somebody was smoking. Somebody was smoking before they went out. And magic mushrooms, baby. Before they went out and they took their nature walk, right? Before Joe dragged them out for their nature walk. All right, let's shut this off. Well, EXO is complete. We did it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We completed, again, the whole EXO thing. Here, so I don't drive Ron completely crazy. Not, I don't think that he matters. It doesn't matter. I don't think Ron really cares at all. But I know he would really like for me to put a button down and turn off all those auto arms with a single button instead of me walking around turning off auto arms individually. That is the kind of thing that I think Ron thinks about. He's like, why are you doing that? I hear it. I mean, I hear it right now. I know he's saying up there, why are you doing that? Don't I have buttons over here somewhere? Yeah, don't pay any mind to my garbage piles. I don't. I'd actually have to go make one. See, look, I don't do automation. The only time I've really done automation was when I was doing the automation videos. And then some of the times I was tapping Ron on how to figure out the automation problem. Because it definitely was not working the way that I expected it to. Look at that color. All right, let's see if we have. Do we have a button laying around here somewhere? Yes. Yes, Midnight. A single button. It's a start. I know it is. It's a start of something. It is a start of something. Let's see. Where's that button made? Is that a small printer button? Is that a backpack or a small printer thing? Yeah, I don't even touch it that much. The small printer thing. Button. 1 zinc. 1 zinc. Let's see. Where's my zinkage? There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Automation craziness. Uh-oh. Abrupt stop. Didn't kill me. Alright, let's turn on... let's make a button for the on button here. Let's put it down here. Pink. And we'll make this nice little... Let's see. I have to make a pin for each one of these, don't I? Yep, I'm making the wrong one. Oh, damn it. I play so many different games that have so many different controls. Sometimes you just want to click on the ground, you know? Okay, here. There. Make Ron happy. There we go. There it is. Now Ron is happy. Go look at some of the things that he's done. Him and Hole and everybody else. Gilmar, what's going on, man? So that was it. We did it in less than an hour. We did it in less than an hour. But, you know, I have to say, a lot of that is because I already had it set up. Right? It was already configured to be set up. All of these LTEs we've got taken care of in some sort of automation process already. And so that's all down here. This is essentially, all this stuff down here is essentially LTE related stuff. And then the base is back in the mountain, where we do all the other good stuff. And then research was really configured to just do gas research. DBA set that up. It's just gas research. Hi, this is Brian. I've been having issues with Astroneer. I've not been able to play the last 3 EXO cares since Glitchwalkers update came out. I have not bought the DLC yet either. What? What do you mean that you, like, having a issue with the EXO care stuff? With any of the EXO stuff? Explain that. What does that mean? John Emmanuel, what's going on, buddy? Sorry, I'm going back and reading the texts that are the chats that I missed. I think the thing that they needed to do for Glitchwalkers was they really needed to introduce... Well, probably doing the Galastropods would be too much. It would be too easy, maybe. But they definitely should have added the coal train in there. At the very least. They should have had coal train in there. I do like the fact that if you put a wind turbine into a storm, that they change that mechanic so that the wind just blows all the time. Which is a nice little power hack. And they probably did it in the roaming storms here. They also said that they added an option, and I'm covering the stuff that was I want to cover in another video, but they had a keyboard command that toggles the storms on and off. Wasn't that something that they said that they added in? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, storms disabled. I don't know why they couldn't have done that back in the pre-alpha when people were complaining about storms, but okay. I really have to say, the game that did storms the best, so far anyways, has been No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's storms are they're no joke. They are no joke. They're purposeful. And they're dangerous as all get out. Let's see, let's grab the power systems. And we have 2 more sitting over there. Put these guys on here. Drop this off. And a little block of power happening. All right, well, I think that's it for me in this video, this live stream. I think I'm going to switch over to probably play a little bit of the Inzoid. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Packager will fix everything. Yeah, that might be true. If you're having a problem with it, package it and unpackage it. That's absolutely right. Wreckfest 2 has gotten some updates. I'm just waiting for it to become a little bit more before we start playing that again. I like Wreckfest. Wreckfest is good. They did some tweaks to controller support too, so my steering wheel will act a little bit better, which is really nice. All the dynamite I think we have off to the side somewhere. I know we put it in away from the base, which is a smart thing to do. Yeah, package the EXO platform, right. So, Brian, if you're listening, that's a great suggestion. Package it back up, unpackage it, and try it. See if it works for you. This used to be when there was when there was a little bit of a glitch here where you could scrap the leak. That was that infinite scrap glitch. That's how I got that big container of scrap. I didn't go crazy with it. I could put all the dynamite in the center and let DBA do his thing. I don't think DBA was really a dynamite exploder. Just in time. Just in time and golden were the the two goofballs with dynamite. Back when they were playing with us in multiplayer a couple years ago. And definitely Justin when it was like pre-alpha and you could make the dynamite hats. What a joker. There was one dynamite hat that Justin made that was so freaking big. It was essentially as far as you could pull the camera back, where you could place down another piece of dynamite on the hat. And then there was one time when we had dynamite hats and we were running around trying to set off somebody else's hat. Yeah, good times, good times. That's the EXO cares. Just turn this in. There we go. I gained 500 bytes, and what did I gain? Oh yeah, I gained this. Okay, thanks. Thanks for this. Thanks for this, Astroneer. I needed another one, like I needed a headache. So I think I got it pretty clean this time around. Yeah, I did just enough. That was like 5 canisters of scrap. Or something like that. 5 or 6. Completed the EXO cares for this round. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me today. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I will post something about the last big update that they did, which was the ability to give us custom games and Glitchwalkers, and then also about their rebranding. I'll talk about their rebranding a little bit. And, you know, I keep waiting for Astroneer to do something that will give me a lot of content to do. I think I really have done as much content as I want to do in Astroneer. I want to do more, but I don't know what I can do differently. I mean, I'm not a couple of the guys that are on the Astroneer Discord, like Tactile. It's Tactile, it's Fennec Potato, Ron. Who are the other guys that are like really, really creative with Astroneer stuff? There's a handful of them that really do some crazy stuff in Astroneer. Most of it is like they're using the flat plane stuff. If you go to a gateway and you can build the flat surfaces, and then they've done games, they've done mountains, they've done all kinds of stuff. Ron is currently working on like building an outpost in space. He's figured out, you know, the exact point in space where stuff doesn't fall. I mean, it's crazy stuff. So, you know, personally, I don't feel the need to continue on doing that type of stuff. And I think I've done every guide and tutorial possibly can. Of course, they can probably use an update because so much has changed since I made them that it might be worth like going back and redoing every single one of them and just having it for nowadays type of stuff. But you guys let me know. Let me know. And then, you know, if you also have games and stuff that you want to see me play, just let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. If you didn't hit that like button, please hit it. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe or follow if you're on the Twitch side. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody. See you. See you later, friends. Bye. Oh, this is where I put all that stuff. See, I knew I had a bunch of stuff laying around. Why are you guys still here? Get out of here. Get out of here. Leave already. What is that, Ferris Bueller? Leave it. Leave. It's over. Go home. I don't have any empty canisters, do I? This one. Yep. Alright. And that's it. I'm out. I'm leaving. Go away. Did I do the Planet Crafter update? Oh, I didn't do... Yeah. Well, first of all, I didn't finish the first Planet Crafter. After they released, I didn't finish. I didn't go to the end of it, and then I didn't do the it was a DLC, right? It wasn't an update, right? It was a DLC. Didn't you have to buy it? Let me look at it. Well, there's also another one that was very Planet Crafter-esque that I played a little bit. I could probably get back into it. $9,000 hours in Planet Crafter? Yeah, I haven't done that much. I've done 42 hours total. But I thought it was a... Yeah, it was a DLC, the Frozen Planet. The Humble Frozen Planet. I did not go back and do that. I guess that's something that we could start getting back into as a group, because we were playing Planet Crafters as a group. We can get back into that. We can finish Planet Crafters out. We haven't even finished it yet, which would be nice to finish it. The problem is the guys that join me have all finished it, and they all want to like go run off and get all the secrets and stuff unlocked. And the problem with that is then it doesn't get shown, and people don't get to see it. And it's like, oh, you dodo head. What are you doing? You know? You need to see that. You need to show that stuff so people can see where it's at. But no. We want to jump out there and get ahead. I want to be the first one to touch that thing. So, maybe I should stop playing with those people. People annoy me, man. But there was another one. There was, what was it called? It was called... well, we played Dawn of Defiance for a little while. That was pretty good, but they haven't done anything different. I tried Stationeers. Dude, I am too stupid for Stationeers. Stationeers is one of those games where it is so in-depth that, yeah, it's dumb. It's got a complex atmosphere, electrical, manufacturing, agricultural, and gravitational system. Requires your thought and management at all times. If you can get out of the first 10 hours of it. Stationers for rocket scientists? Yes. What else did we do? We did Ashka. Ashka for a while. Ashka was really good. They did do an update on Ashka. It's still not big enough, though. I think DBA went ahead and jumped ahead and found everything out in Ashka, so we have to exclude him from our list of play people, because he's all like, I know everything now. But I guess they added a bunch of stuff in there. But I don't know if they added enough in there that it's worthwhile. So you could speak to that, DBA. Is it worthwhile? Did they add enough in there? Nacho was saying that you played Ashka and played the new stuff in Ashka. Maybe it wasn't Ashka. Maybe it was something else. And then there was... We played Chain Together. Probably never play that again. You haven't played Ashka without us? What was the one that you did play with us? Oh, that was Ale and Tavern. I'm sorry. We played Ale and Tavern. That was the one that you did. Tectonica? They ruined Tectonica. Tectonica was awesome, and they absolutely ruined it. Absolutely. I mean, what a stupid decision they did. I'm trying to find the one that we were playing that was very Planet Crafter like. What is that thing called? If Jeff was on, he would tell you in a second. It was let's see. Bellwright's too far back. I think Bellwright's way too far back. We did Enshrouded for a while. Enshrouded has come up with a lot of new stuff. I almost want to go back into it again. Almost want to go back into it again. I almost want to leave it for just a little bit more before we get back into it again. Astromedica, yeah, did Astromedica. I honestly don't know. The game that we played, it wasn't Mars something, right? It was, oh man, what was that thing called? How do I have this sorted by recent activity? You landed on Eden's Crafter. Eden's Crafter? Is that it? Eden's Crafter? Yes, Eden's Crafter. So I tried out Eden's Crafter, and that's a co-op game. Maybe we should get somebody else should get that. Somebody else who I play video games a lot with should get that. And maybe we play as co-op with that. But I didn't get into that either. That was I went a little bit into that. That's kind of a very Planet Crafter-esque kind of thing. I was thinking Eden's Crafter, but then I'm going back through this list though, and I'm looking at this list of like, well, there's other games we can circle back around to that's had some updates and stuff that maybe we should go back and take a peek at. We still got to circle back around For the King. We didn't finish For the King, right? Where we were in a battle with For the King, right? What were we doing the last time we played For the King? Before we got pulled over into Split Fiction. I think we were doing the Endless Dungeon, right? Aren't we doing the Endless Dungeon? No Man's Sky added a bunch of stuff. No Man's Sky is a good game. I didn't like it at first because it kind of screwed everybody over, but you know, they've been working on it for years and years, and now it's really, really still good. Finished chapter 3. We're in the Endless Carnival area right now. We tried the Endless Carnival. I think we're still in the Endless Carnival, right? We still have chapter 4 left to do. Yeah, we can do that. We can try to finish out some of that. Trying to think of stuff to play. Anyways, I will get back and try to do some more Astroneer type stuff. But at any rate, I am leaving now. This time I'm leaving for good. Out of here. See you guys. See you guys. Take it easy. Bye, everybody.